Alright, so another page here today. It's day 93. Getting deeper into chapter 6. Deeper, just page 3, but the story's starting to get going now. So let's see what we got today. Is there a way I can double time this? Well, never mind. We're good. What I'm actually doing here in the beginning is finding an environment file to use in that first panel because I'm using it as an establishing shot. It's this right here. I used this previously earlier in the comic, but it looked different. There was a reason for that. Get to that soon, but or in the upcoming pages. Then I'm placing that into the page itself, and it's a reservoir that's empty right now. Get to that, like I said, in the upcoming pages. But for this particular page, I don't need anything in it, so I don't need to make any changes to the environment. Just stuck that flat in that first panel, and then it became a matter of recreating it in pieces throughout the rest of the page. So I went ahead and started setting up the background first, and I had to do it just to make sure I don't keep selecting too much of the background, and I could select it in pieces that I wanted, like a piece of the floor or a wall or anything like that. I used different shades of gray. I just had to slightly shade it differently when I needed to, so it matched, just to make it a little easier than actually drawing out the background every single time, sort of shortening that process just a tad bit, and sort of doing the same thing in that last pen. Now here I'm filling in all of the colors I need to, except for white, because I would need to go back in and actually do the white detail myself, or by hand, rather than just use the fill tool. And of course I forgot to do the details of their clothes and stuff while I was doing the line art. Also, if the details of their face and stuff looks awesome, it's off solely because it's so far away. Like, I didn't make it a point to make the detail of their faces and stuff precise. You're not going to see it. Even with me zoomed in, for you to see their faces like that, it's like 300 or 400% looking at it. So you'll never be looking at the comic that close, trust me. I also noticed that I didn't finish Raekwon. We'll come back to that later too. And just filling in like loose spots where just colors are off. So now shading in the rest of the backgrounds for the environment. Alright, so I'm going to shade on Raekwon first. Like I said, simple enough. You don't see Raekwon's entire body here, so most of the details in the lower part of his clothes, which is not shown in this panel, so this is simple enough. I'm coming back up top, working on Dan. Need to add the detail in first. So here I am doing it on Raekwon as well. Is that the video? Because I know the actual page itself isn't that blurred. What the hell is going on? Okay, I don't know why that's so blurred, but in any event, and this is extremely rough shading, but like I said, you're not going to notice any intricate detail that I would do on the page, so I didn't. This was sloppily done just for time's sake and the fact that you wouldn't see it anyways. If I would have tried to get extremely like meticulous with the amount of detail and shading that I was doing, it would be a complete waste of time. As soon as I pan out, you lose it all. So why do that? Being honest, is a waste of time for me to do the amount of detail that I did do, all things considered. And especially considering there's nothing, this panel is helping to establish them entering in the environment. So there's not even going to be a lot of text in this panel. So you're skim past it anyways. So this is even crazier that I did this amount of detail. But on the off chance that somebody is paying attention to the art, I do want it to look, presentable. Okay, finish shading the knee pads there. Or coloring them in, I should say. Don't know how I completely skipped over that, probably because everything was black and blended in with the background when I did my flats. And then We have Alexis here. This is probably the simplest shading I've ever done for her in the entire time I've worked on this comic. And now here we have Dan. You can imagine what he's getting ready to finally be able to do after, I'd say, at least an entire chapter of having to go to the bathroom. So, yeah. I'm venturing to guess you all can figure out what's about to happen next. But in any event, finishing shading him out. Also simple. Highlights may be a bit of an issue for these next couple pages, but I think the shadows would be simple enough just because it's such a bright environment. Anyways, that's practically done. I think I may have a few more highlights to do. I'm gonna add the detail of him basically rushing to pee. And that's the page. So, page looks simpler, but there's a lot going on in that one in terms of sort of setting up the look of just that background right there. I won't have to do that as much going forward. Well, yes, I will. Gonna have to get creative at times, but that will be when other elements of stuff start getting introduced later in the chapter. For right now, I don't have to worry about that. But in any event, that's the page for today. It says page 3 of chapter 6 now. So I have 7 more days of this challenge left. 7 more days. Boy, it's been an interesting little 3 months plus. But in any event, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And you all have a good one. And I'm out.